Ladies and gents of the class of '99, wear stab vests. Another day brings another tragedy to the multicultural hell project. This time, a 32-year-old Swedish man is torn from the world, leaving behind two young daughters. He was murdered by a cowardly group of Africans who stomped upon his head as he lay defenseless, already beaten down. He was part of a group of Norwegian and Swedish football fans, merely watching a game against the Ivory Coast in Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark, when the ambush came. That is how his life was stolen. This horror is not unique to one city. It is a ghost that haunts every corner of Europe. Just 2 weeks ago, a young Frenchman met the same brutal fate, murdered by a cowardly mob that should never have been permitted on European soil to begin with. I have said it before, and I will say it again. These tragedies will continue to bleed into our lives until we achieve a total regime change. The current regimes of the West are perfectly happy to sacrifice this young Swedish man on the altar of multiculturalism. They are content to see young girls violated on that same altar, all to protect their sick utopia, an illusion of harmony that is nothing more than a multicultural hell. Hear my promise. When, God willing, I attain a position of power in the decades to come, I will implement a new legal framework to avenge these people. I emphasize this with gravity. It must happen within the confines of the law. The law itself will be rewritten upon the dawn of our regime change. Wherever these cowardly murderers hide, be it Denmark or the deep expanse of Africa, it does not matter. Swedish special forces will find them and deliver absolute justice. It may take many decades, for the road to regime change is long, but it must happen. If we fail, the horrors will only multiply. I will keep speaking this truth until regime change sweeps through Europe. It will only be enough when we declare it is enough, and when the world learns that to harm a Swede is to summon our forces upon your head. Hopefully, regime change will find Denmark too, so they will willingly surrender these murderers to face justice on Swedish soil. Nothing is set in stone. The future hangs in the balance, and an election approaches. If you fantasize about taking action, let your fantasy be regime change and the rewriting of the law. Anything outside the law is small-scale, petty, and fleeting. True victory means gaining political power to ensure these horrors never happen again. We need a leadership that fiercely protects the populations they are meant to represent, rather than opening the gates to invaders from the third world. This is my vow for the decades to come. But this future can only be born if the young, talented men watching this dedicate their lives to regime change. This monumental task demands two paths. First, you must enter the political parties, push them into a better direction. Your personal likes or dislikes do not matter. What matters is that you force the needle to shift. A political party has no independent agency. Its direction is dictated entirely by the fire and will of its members. We need good, young men with hearts in the right place to push these structures forward, so that one day we have a government that looks out for us, instead of these other guys. Second, you must enter the field of law. This is a moral battle, a political battle, and a legal battle. Operating outside the law is a weakness, not a strength. I do not recommend it to anyone. We must not break the law. We must change it. This requires a low time preference, the enduring stamina native to Scandinavia. We cannot act on impulse. We must think long-term to achieve true power. An election approaches in Sweden. God forbid the Social Democrats win. If they do, as is the case across the identical landscapes of the West, they will continue to replace the working class they were meant to protect with imported voters from the third world. They trade welfare and benefits for loyalty at the ballot box. If they retain power, our struggle grows harder and more murders, robberies, and tragedies will stain our streets.
Do not give up.
We still have a fighting chance.
To the men in Denmark,
Norway and Finland
you are in a better position
than we are in Sweden. But this violence has crossed into your territory. If you want to stop this,
and I know you are angry
that a Swedish brother was slain on your soil, then enter politics. Ensure your entire political landscape is dominated by men who place what is good, right, moral, and just before all else, instead of leaders who watch fathers get sacrificed on the altar of multiculturalism. To the young man who was murdered,
You will be avenged.
God willing, when a position of power is attained in a few decades,
Rest in peace to the young man. You will be avenged.
it will take a long time. But one day, justice will find you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.